Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. Welcome to the success reading for the next about 4 weeks here. I'm recording on February 6th. This is intended to be about finances and career and perhaps schooling, kind of financial success. But I have found that many things will come up because certain things can block our ability to feel successful, to create and draw and attract that in. So I am recording this the day after that full moon in Leo, and so I'm a little energetically drained from it. And so I'm going to get all the cards at once so that I can figure out what the overall message is. You have a card of legacy here, though, that's showing up. So the legacy, let's talk about legacy. Legacy can be attitudes and beliefs that are passed down from our parents, sort of like if you've ever read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It really gets into the fact that people who come from families that are affluent believe that they have a right to be affluent, and those that come from families that struggle financially believe you have to struggle financially. And so it could be that kind of a legacy. It could also be an inheritance of maybe a skill set that was passed down to you. So let's just say your parents were doctors and you were raised always with the intention of being a doctor because they felt like that's what you should do and you were kind of felt called to it, but were you? It really comes down to that kind of a question. The legacy, so it can be an attitude. It can also be actually receiving an inheritance that comes up here. Wow. Some of you could also be marrying into money, or wow. Okay, you have the card of partnership and you have the card of the lovers. And then you have the card of am I in my head or in my heart? So maybe you've been proposed to, or you're currently in a marriage and you're like afraid to make a choice or a decision because maybe you're not happy there, but you're financially secure, and there's a fear around. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Some of you are really questioning your partnership. It could be a business partnership. Absolutely could be a business partnership. So for some of you, maybe it also could be that you're in the family business, but you don't want to be in the family business. It could be that I feel like your soul purpose, your soul is calling you, literally calling you. You have the soul calling card. Focus on your passion, hobbies for new avenues of abundance. Do what you love and let the money flow. And in the key to the situation here, we have these mice. And these mice are slowly draining your energy. But it's a family of mice. I really feel like for some of you, there's like a family situation. Maybe you feel responsible because you're the breadwinner and you're afraid to leave a job or a current situation because the paycheck is steady. It's just you really don't like being there. There's a decision that's being made that has something that impacts not only you, but your significant other or your family. There's this legacy here, this legacy card here from Othala, the card around possessions. And I don't know if you could see it, but in here the mother's holding like a wand kind of thing, and the child is holding a necklace. And in the picture over the mantle, this is the mother when she was a small child holding the necklace, and her mother with the wand, right? And so there's this legacy issue involved here. The soul cards say, who can I serve today? Listen to your heart, who needs you, make soulful connection today, and give solely to spread more love Notice the joy you feel when you give to others. So maybe you're being called on to mentor at your place of work, or you're called on to mentor your child. Maybe your child, okay, so maybe you have a family business that supports everyone, and you always thought your son or your daughter was going to take over the business, but they don't want it. How can you support them, right? And then who can I, so that's who can I serve today, and am I in my head or my heart? What is the quality of your self-talk? Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and the limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of your own life. Where your head meets your heart is where the miracles happen. It's where the miracles happen. So this is really intense, Gemini, because you have the card of the Lovers, which of course is your major arcana card, but it's choices made from the heart. There is a big, huge heart choice here. Something is eating away at your joy, and you have this card of independence for the overall energy. And I feel like this is independent thinking. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're leaving a marriage. Doesn't mean that. We do have the card of partnership, again, the ring, the contract, the commitment here in the anchoring position. Where did I see the dog of loyalty? Trying to decide what are you loyal to? And they're asking you to be loyal to what is important to you. You have the card of partnership here also that's showing up. And it's asking you to allow for supportive partnerships in your personal life and career where both parties benefit as a result. So you're receiving help from heaven and from a person that brings the skills that you're needed. Also being encouraged to get out and do some physical exercise. The physical exercise, when you move the energy, it helps to move energy through your whole body. There's it breaks the stagnation loose. With Mars having been in retrograde in your sign, you've probably been feeling very stuck, and a good way to move that stuck energy is through physical activity. Even if it's just going for a daily walk for 15, 20 minutes. But it'll help with your manifesting, and it'll also help clear your mind a little, to get out there and get some fresh air, to move some stuff through. In the area of the mice, so what's been draining your energy, we've got the sun and the luck. And so it's almost like you don't feel lucky. Or you used to, but you don't anymore. And this struggle of trying to decide what to do is really bothering you. Here's the stuck and stagnant energy and the energy of resources. Resources is your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial. It's all energy. It's just energy, your energy, everything that goes on is just freaking waves of energy. And it feels stuck and frozen here. And the obstacle has been this, the book is closed. Like, it's a big mystery. There's a lot of indecision around here. But what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to get moving. Okay, we have the card of the Rider, news and information coming in. But I think that you get this by taking physical activity. Like, actually physically moving your body helps to move energy around you so you can get the information in that you need. But in your heart space, you are being asked to go slow and steady. Okay, so the decision needs thoughtful consideration. There's a lot of things at play here. Clearly, you're being asked to really dive into your intuition and also to work with your spirit guide team. And I would say work closely with those whose wisdom you trust. Because somebody in the physical world is here to help you, right? And also in the spiritual world. And so there's this a lot of energy surrounding you, but it's important that you really trust the source, that the source you feel is wise. So I feel like it's someone who's been through the process before, maybe someone, like if it's a family member, they're older, they've lived some lifetime experiences. If it's at work and you're looking to make some kind of a change there, talking to somebody, maybe not necessarily, finding someone to mentor us in business. So if you're looking to start a new business, a good thing to do is scout around and see who has a similar business. You don't want someone with the exact same business because they're going to feel very competitive. You want someone who has a similar business or something about it is similar. So say you are a woman and you are trying to start a home-based business and you want to sell widgets. Look around for someone who is a woman who is successful, who has a home-based business, but they're selling clipboards, like not widgets, right? You don't want it to be the same thing because it is about what you're trying to learn is the process, and you need someone who's open to sharing with you the process, but they're not going to do that if they think they're creating the competition. And so somebody who's wise and knows the ropes, right? You have a soul calling. Okay, so we have the dragon luck. Allow the riches of the universe to come to you in unexpected and wonderful ways. And you're being asked to ask for help. Okay, they are reminding you that Spirit stands at the ready to put the right. So you know you need a mentor for whatever, or you need someone to help you make a decision, or you need some more information. So you go to the spirit world first and you say, Spirit, please bring the right resources to me so that I can tap them so that I know what to do next. So that's where you have the help from the spirit world. And then the spirit world says, oh, since you asked, we can do that, because they're waiting because of your free will for you to ask. And then the next thing you know, you hear an ad on TV and it's somebody that's talking about what you're looking into, and they're like, if for more information, call, and you're like, oh my God, and then that gives you that specific person or whatever the condition is that it is that you need. So then it becomes a matter of really paying attention. I was asking recently for some guidance on a particular thing, and then I got a random text message, which annoyed me at first because I'm like, I hate that. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, I have to call this. It was the answer. It was a partial solution to the original problem that I was asking about. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, all right, so I'll do that, right? And so it is about really tuning in and being aware that Spirit is always bringing you messages and trying to put people and opportunity in place, but it is through, I think, the act of specifically asking for it that draws your own personal awareness to it, so then you key in and you see that. And so it's almost as though the opportunities are already hanging out there. They're already probably there in a lot of ways, but you haven't asked. You're still thinking you have to do it yourself, and when they do this, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I was asking for that. And then you notice the opportunity, you notice the person, you notice the thing that you have to do, the next step. And so it's kind of like that. And so Spirit is looking to guide you, but it's almost like needing to bring your awareness to it. And you have the millionaire. To prosper and grow financially, think like a millionaire. It opens the pathway for ideas and inspiration for success. And so this is about understanding that you can totally create everything that you need. Like everything you need is here. It's a matter of asking for it and then looking for the answers when they come in. So another thing about abundance. Abundance isn't just about what you can get for yourself. The truth of abundance is there's always more than enough for me, and it comes to me, through me, out into the universe. It recycles and comes back, and it's a bigger wave. So in order to bring in really true abundance, there's always more than enough for me, enough to share, and there's always more on the way. And when you can get yourself in the mindset that by helping others, by giving of your energy, which would be perhaps mentorship, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same. It's all energy. So if you are financially strapped and you're trying to bring in financial abundance, but you are really good at some skill and you can volunteer somewhere and mentor, like you go help over at the elementary school, the slow readers, and you help develop their skill, you're giving of energy. And then that opens up the energetic flow. And that comes back to this physical activity. This physically going and doing something. So in this case, I do feel like you opened up the doors of manifestation through physically moving because you've been in that stuck Mars energy, but also through actively going out and giving of yourself, your time, your talent, your treasure in some aspect in order to receive what it is that you need coming in, because abundance constantly has to be in flow. And if you just stop and you hoard whatever you have, time, talent, or treasure, then it blocks abundance from coming in. And so the way to open that door back up is to give. And so that's part of the legacy too, right? Legacy is also through mentorship. So if you want to try to build something or grow something, who can you help? Who can you help? Just because you can. I don't want you to go, well, all right, I'm going to go do this just so that I get that. That feels icky. It's more like while you're waiting for abundance to come in, how can you help someone else? How can you serve? Really, how can you help the world at large? And do it just because it feels good. That it really changes the abundance. Because for one thing, now you're working from the energy of joy. And joy always attracts the higher vibrational opportunities. So it's slow and steady is going to get you there. But some kind of action is needed. Some kind of action is needed. All right. I hope, Gemini, that somehow that was helpful to you. I'm on Facebook every day. I will post this week's videos here if you haven't seen that yet. And in the description box below, I'll put the full moon video. That one's very significant for a longer period of time. You guys take good care. Let me know what you think and hit the thumbs up. Thank you.